чертов! Будь ты проклят! Иди, идиот, трахать тебя и всю семью! Говно собачье, жлоб вонючий! Дерьмо, сука, падла! Иди сюда, мерзавец! Негодяй, гад, иди сюда, ты говно! Жопа!
Опачки!
Будь ты проклят! Дерьмо, сука!
Opatchki!
Thank you and welcome to the Opatchkast, the Average Joe's Tarkov podcast, I guess. It's kind of Tarkov. It's Tarkov-ish podcast.
Yeah,
we're
you
still
fuck
playing
that
the
up
Tarkov
every
game.
time.
I do.
Exactly.
It's so hard. And I usually say it's weekly, but we haven't really been keeping up with that either.
No.
So,
Yeah. Hey, this
yeah.
is at least less time than
The
the
last
last
one.
one.
Yeah,
So the
true,
next
man.
one will be even faster.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what? I'm going to make sure because we've got some shit to talk about on basically a week from today because there's a lot of shit that's going down this next week.
Yeah, a lot of shit. Even with the games that me and Cameron are following, there's that new on Thursday this week. So in 3 days, it's Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday.
In 3 days, there's that what conference is it? It's basically E3, but not really. What is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Summer Games Fest?
He's
Yes.
talking about Summer Game Fest.
But-
yeah,
but
and
Summer Game-
Tarkov's gonna have a big thing on Summer Games Fest.
Really? I did
Are
not
you
know
sure?
that.
Yep.
It's not going to be the PC because the last year they did the PC Gamer one.
No, it's Summer Games Fest.
Yeah,
At least
it's
that's what I keep hearing is they're gonna have a sit down and everything on Summer Games Fest. So
and Multiverses is gonna have some news. I'm told on Summer's Games Fest. There's a lot of upcoming shit.
Nice.
A lot of fun stuff.
Microsoft is having two
Yeah.
90-minute things.
Yeah.
Really, 2 of them?
Two of
Yeah,
them.
they're going
Why?
And because Microsoft has told every game studio that they own needs to show game footage. Needs to have game footage,
Chad
in-game gameplay footage ready for this.
No way.
Every studio,
I'm gonna
Elder Scrolls?
including
kill my fucking
all the
dog.
Bethesda studios.
Elder Scrolls? Hopefully.
No, because Elder Scrolls hasn't been in development.
It'll
yet.
be the space
What?
one. It'll be the space one.
It'll be Starfield is what they're going to show.
Starfield's
It's
coming
been in
out before.
development for fucking years. When did
No, it
Skyrim
hasn't.
Elder
come out?
Scrolls has not. Elder Scrolls has
They
not been.
came
in
up with a
development for
name
years.
and they made a trailer.
Yeah,
That's it.
Bullshit.
That's
Are
all
you
they've
sure?
It's
How do you
Bethesda.
know? You're not at Bethesda. You don't know.
Be-
Do you think
because
fucking
they
Pete
they
Hines
said,
even knows?
They said, hold on. They said before Microsoft acquired them that they weren't even going to start Elder Scrolls until Starfield was finished.
I don't care. I don't believe him. I don't believe
It's
him. I don't believe him.
Bethesda.
I
They
just-
all sit on the toilet backwards. Like they're fucking they're the worst. They're the worst.
I know they're the worst, but I want
They are
Elder
the
Scrolls. I loved Fallout until they fucked up Fallout, and I'm just waiting to have Elder Scrolls ruined for me. So
Hold on, guys. Sorry. What? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, sure. Have some random on outside my
It's
window
that DoorDash.
asking me if I want pizza.
DoorDash.
it was definitely Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
What were you saying? I can't remember.
Cameron was just shit talking Bethesda.
Oh yeah, they
telling
sit
me-
on toilets backwards.
You telling me
Yeah.
Todd Howard and Pete Hines don't sit on the toilet backwards?
No, Todd Howard has to sit when he pees for sure, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Christ.
Pete Hines does it so he can rest his hands.
Okay. Besides,
on the
stop
tank.
talking. We don't have to sit-
a taco
at the
same
Stop. There's a rumor that Bethesda will be either announcing or showing Fallout 1. Either a remake or a uh, 3D remake.
Oh my
There's all
God.
sorts of weirdness talking about a Fallout 1.
That's the
Something
last
with
thing
Fallout
I want.
1.
That is
Really?
literally the last thing I would want. You want Bethesda to fuck up one of the best CRPGs ever made?
They can't any. They can't any. What if?
They're going
what
to.
if-
If they touch that,
Hold on.
they fucked it.
But wait, what if it's not Bethesda? What if it's in Exile?
Well, yeah, the IP now belongs to Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Well, they have Obsidian
So
and
what
in
if it's
Exile.
in Exile?
They have,
Yeah,
They have
both.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. The everybody's talking about Obsidian's going to be showing that RPG that they teased a year ago or 2 years ago.
The first person one that's set
Avowed.
in,
Avowed.
That's the one that's set in the Pillars of Eternity.
Yes.
That one
Yes.
looks really cool. I'm really into
Yes.
that one.
That's what they're going to show.
This
At
is-
least that's the rumor that everybody thinks is that's what they're going to show.
Obsidian with a fucking budget finally, so
Right.
that'll be cool.
And that's supposed to be coming out, like, the rumor on that one is we're going to get a release date of the end of this year, like November for Avowed.
That would be crazy. If Bethesda like let Obsidian have the reins, they could make such a good top-down Fallout. Because Pillars of Eternity and the sequel, I can't remember the name.
Mm-hmm.
They're like really good top-down classic CRPGs. They could make another Fallout easy, and people
And
who
Or
work at
in
Obsidian-
Exile. Let
Well,
in Exile do
they
it.
made one of the best
Eh.
Fallouts anyway. Obsidian did.
Well, Obsidian is all former Interplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they make fucking New Vegas?
New Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the best.
but Chris Avalon was on the team at the time, and now he's
Oh.
not. Chris Avalon is with.
That's probably one of the best. I guess it's considered a 3D Fallout, right? Not 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or first person shooter. There you go. FPS Fallout.
They should
In
bring
my
back
opinion.
if they bring back like a classic style. They should finish the original Fallout 3. Van Buren is what it was called, which was a top.
Oh, that was
a
the top down. Yeah,
Yeah, with a 3D engine, but it was still top down. The
that would be a good
a
idea.
build leaked and it actually looked really cool. They should do that, but they won't because it's Microsoft.
Well, we'll see. They obviously they needed a lot of. They've got a lot of shit to show if they need 2 90-minute sessions.
Well, how many companies do they own now?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
They own half the fucking gaming development space.
And
They
they're
kinda
still
do.
and they're still number 3.
Yeah. As far as
Wait.
gaming goes, as far as companies go, there's not.
No. Specifically in the gaming industry.
Yeah,
Wait,
They're
who's
still-
over them?
Sony and Tencent.
Tencent. Yeah.
Sony's still over them? How?
Dude,
Don't know
the
if they
PS4
have-
was huge.
Yeah.
The PS4
I mean, it's
was
just-
huge. The PS2 was huge.
And Sony's got still has a lot of in-house devs.
I should just buy Sony. I know that would be a
That-
hostile takeover,
yeah.
but still. I'll say this.
They're already having issues with the Activision Blizzard takeover.
Are they really?
It hasn't been approved yet
What?
because there's
Oh, I didn't know
there's
that.
there's still questions in Monopoly style questions that people are
Oh.
going after because of that. So yeah,
Whatever.
that hasn't even been completed yet. So
Well, think about how
Dude,
much time it
they're
took
tiny.
for Disney to get all the Fox properties. Like that took forever. When they
Right.
were first trying to buy Fox, that was over a year, I think. When they like first talked about buying Fox, and then when they actually got the properties. I don't even know. Did they still fully own the Fox properties? Like, did
I
they
think so.
finally? Because they have the
Who?
Simpsons.
Disney.
Disney? Oh, I have no idea.
Simpsons
think
is
they
on
do.
Disney Plus, so I assume.
Dude, imagine if Disney made a platform fighter.
God damn it. Stop.
Imagine, dude. Elsa fighting fucking Homer Simpson would be so funny.
Oh God.
Hey, you got Bluey,
Bluey?
your kid's Bluey, fighting the Mandalorian.
Yes. There's so many.
I don't know if Disney owns Bluey.
I don't think
I think it's.
they don't. It's a BBC thing.
Yeah.
It's owned by the BBC Australia, I believe.
Yep.
They just
Yeah,
they
sure.
just air it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it would be Disney's platform fighter would actually suck, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
It would be so.
Oh,
would
it'd be
be- it would-
terrible.
Yeah, dude, there would be no. It would not be fun. It would be for children.
Disney hasn't put
Just
out
like
a
Smash.
game
Hold on.
forever.
Now hold on. What? That was the other thing they were talking about Bethesda with their Who's the guys that do ESO? the
ZeniMax Online.
ZeniMax. Yeah, apparently ZeniMax is supposedly having another game come out too. And there's rumors that it's a MMO in the Mandalorian universe. Because apparently they have rights to Star Wars for some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Disney's given them rights to Star Wars for some stuff.
Because EA's contract with Disney.
Laps?
Yeah.
Not laps.
That's right,
I
and
don't know
they were
if they
allowing
pulled out
multiple.
or what it was.
They were allowing multiple development houses to do Star Wars shit now
Yeah.
instead of just EA.
Ubisoft
That's
has a Star
good.
Wars game coming out too. I think.
That's good
That's
because
true, yeah.
EA is dog shit.
Yeah. Fuck EA.
Dude. Who owns EA?
EA.
They fucking Microsoft should buy them too.
No, what they don't
Yeah.
think about the pull that EA properties have now.
Madden.
Yeah, no.
No,
That's the thing about EA is it's still
NBA 2K.
huge.
That's huge.
That's 2K.
That's 2K. That's not. Yeah, that's a different company.
No,
entirely.
isn't it EA?
No, it's literally
No.
called NBA 2K.
It's NBA
It's-
2K.
I thought it was
It's
NBA 2K
fucking
because it was the 2000s.
No,
it's a fucking 2K game.
That's owned by Take-Two.
Take Two.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
The same
Yes.
guys that own GTA.
I might be stupid.
Yeah, they haven't.
You might be.
EA used to make NBA games. I think the last
thought they
one was in
did.
like 2006 or something. Like same with their NASCAR series.
So does FIFA? Is FIFA fucking
FIFA's
2K then?
FIFA's EA,
FIFA's EA.
which is bigger
Oh,
than
is-
Madden.
Yes.
Oh, by a long shot.
Yeah, that's like the one big. That's like a big property that EA.
that
has.
one and The Sims, because apparently The Sims is still gigantic.
Yeah, a
So-
lot of people play that fucking game.
Yeah, even though like who was it's not Firaxis, right? It's
Maxis.
Maxis. Firaxis did like XCOM, I think, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, Max. Yeah,
Maxis.
they're
They killed-
they're
killed
gone.
Maxis.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
They're EA. Everything they touch is poison.
It's the same thing with Activision. What Activision used to do too.
Not as bad. They don't have the rap sheet that EA has, dude.
No, true.
Origin,
True. Yeah,
Pandemic,
EA's been doing it
EA
forever.
Chicago, EA London. They even if EA is in the name, they will kill that studio.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's gnarly.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we ranted on a little bit about the new
Other
stuff
shit?
coming out.
Yeah, for like 10
other shit
minutes.
coming out.
Other shit.
Yeah. It feels like it's been longer than that. How long have we been recording?
13 minutes.
Yeah. So let's go a little bit into Tarkov because you wanted to talk about some news and some shit that was happening before the arena.
Okay. So
Announcement.
So watching that's something. Actually, hold on. I want to pull something up. But
Yeah.
what do you guys think about? What is it called? It used to be called, or it used to be. I thought it was called what is Microsoft's VR system called?
That's mixed Windows mixed reality.
Mixed reality. So wasn't there a thing back in the day called mixed reality or something with like advertising and shit like that? What I'm trying to get to is, do you remember? I think it was Halo 2 that had that weird website about the bees and shit.
Yes. That was all like marketing shit.
That was
all that whole
augmented
marketing
reality.
shit. Augmented reality.
Yeah,
Thank
that-
you, not mixed reality. Augmented reality. So what do you guys think about like the augmented reality shit like that? Because I think that's kind of what Tarkov has been doing this last week, was playing around with some augmented reality shit where they were advertising outside of the game, for different things but interacting with that kind of shit in game. I mean, is that something that because to me it's kind of fascinating.
It's
seeing
cool.
how that shit does that stuff.
100%.
Anyway,
I'll
I
never
think it's
participate, but it's cool.
yeah, I think it's
cool.
a.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm not smart
So-
enough to participate in that shit.
Yeah.
That's the things, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll let other people do it.
there was this whole build up to this video that came out, which we now know as Arena, right?
Yeah.
That was the so the very first picture they showed was a picture of the map of Tarkov zoomed in on terminal, right? But then it was dropped down to like 15 pixels. You know what I mean? But you could clearly tell that it was fucking terminal. And and I can't remember exactly what it said, but whatever. And then and that was like for a 48-hour thing. And then they kept changing the thumbnail of the coming soon, or the premiere video, right? And they were changing it to different like thermal things and putting in coded messages and like fucking base 34, or is it base 34 coded messages and shit like that in all of these. And somebody finally figured out there was a string, and somebody finally figured out if you took that string and you put it into your
Search bar?
promo code.
Oh.
If you log into EFT or Battlestate Games to the promo code section and put in that string in the promo code, you would get an in-game care package, basically, almost like a loot drop for if you're watching a Twitch stream or something, right?
Yeah.
And it would have things like the very first one, if I remember correctly, was a fucking gas mask and an MP5 and something else, right? So it was kind of like this weird little
SAS thing.
Yeah, it was strange, right? But all the hints and all this weird shit kept pointing towards the cult, right? Because there's a whole cult thing in EFT, right? And the cult worshiping a nuclear bomb called the Blue Flame, right? And there's an actual nuclear bomb that's developed called the Blue Flame.
Yeah, by
And-
Terror Group.
No, in reality, like
Oh,
in
yeah,
real life.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yes, and it was built with a different with a different nuclear most of them are built with most nuclear bombs are built with a certain material. This one was built with something else, and it was meant to be exploded in air,
Well, most bombs are
miles above.
miles
above.
Wow.
Yeah, and rain down, right?
God, okay.
And cause a massive EMP also when it does it. So, and it was called the Blue Flame. So there was hints at this whole Blue Flame thing in this cult, the cult worshiping at the altar of the Blue Flame. And then there was something, the very last one had something to do with Long Live the Hood, or something like that. Long live the Hood. And apparently that EMP nuke project was codenamed the Hood in real life, like not in lore or anything, but in real life. But so they're kind of doing all this shit, kept going with all this shit that kept saying like, wow, we're looking to have maybe, and the prevalent thing that everybody was talking about was they're talking about having a nuke go off, and that's how they're going to in lore talk about having a wipe, right? Nuke goes off over Terror Group, over Tarkov, wipes everything out, and we kind of start over and go from there. So
kinda cool.
kind of a lore weird way of saying, hey, this is a wipe. And then Arena drops. And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, how the fuck does this add up to anything?
This has nothing to do with anything that you fucking worked and had all this cool fucking crazy shit, really cool ciphering and all this stuff that people were figuring out and having fun with, had nothing to do with what you fucking showed. The video you showed.
Well,
Why was that?
I'm sure it'll pop up, but it's
I'm
still
sure
like
it will too. I'm sure it'll pop up, and we'll know more on Thursday in the Games Fest thing for all of that shit. But
yeah, but it's
it was just
like
weird.
yeah, it's weird
It was
timing.
just weird.
Weird
I
timing.
actually listened to the podcast, and Jesse had a great analogy, right? He's like, I go over to your house, right? You invite me over for dinner to your house, right? And I walk in the kitchen, and I see marinara sauce, and I see sliced pepperonis on the counter, right? And I see a bunch of mozzarella, and all that kind of shit. And then you open up the oven and you pull out a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I see all the shit, and I'm assuming we're gonna have pizza for dinner.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not opposed to the pie action, but you showed me pizza. Now, what the fuck's going on here?
Maybe
I was like, holy shit, that's a great analogy. I fucking love that.
Maybe it relates into the arena.
Arena?
Maybe it's
but
maybe if there's an objective mode, the objective is just like, instead of just detonating a bomb like Counter-Strike, you're going straight for the fucking nuke.
maybe. No, you know what? You know what it could be? The co-op is just killing fucking cultists, dude. It's just killing cultists the whole time.
There's a lot. So
Or maybe you are a cultist.
Maybe you are. And
well,
no, that makes sense. The lore would be cultists, and they put each other into a fucking arena to fight to the death.
So that's already been said. Is that the arena is controlled by the cultists or something like that, right? That's already been part of it and stated.
Oh, I
so
didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's the only fucking tie that the arena has to all this crazy shit that they talked about before. But there's something that I wanted to talk about with the arena specifically, because they talk about, and it's actually in the blurb, underneath a fucking trailer here, but it will feature various PvP and PvE game modes.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll be able to do, your PvP, and they showed in the trailer like 5v5 shit, right?
Yeah, which is awesome.
And then PvE game modes, ratings. So I'm assuming they mean by ratings like a ranking system.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Right? Some form of a ranking system.
Skill-based matchmaking.
Weapons and gear unlocks.
That's awesome.
So again, you think about what makes Tarkov fucking great, right? There is no game that has the gun customization that Tarkov has.
Yeah.
They're just, nothing like that, right? So having all those unlocks available for it is something to progress towards and all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I like that, but
what it's gonna be is gonna be a more in-depth Call of Duty, because you look at Call of Duty, and it's fun at first, and then you level up and you get all these unlocks for your guns that you've been using and shit like that, and it's fun. And then it just gets boring. I don't know if Tarkov Arena will, because first off, Tarkov is PvP is fucking fantastic. Honestly, you don't get much better. At the end of Wipe, yes, it's just people headshotting each other with M995 or M61 or whatever. But the core gameplay is fantastic. So I think Arena is going to be really good for that. And I hope they do like a point system like Black Ops or like Call of Duty, to where you can only have a certain amount of points to maybe put like 5 points into your armor, so you have tier 5 armor or tier 4 armor, and then you have a tier 4 helmet, and then your gun can't be crazy loaded out, and then you can't use crazy ammo. Hopefully it's something like that. I hope it's not just
thinking too, just because of like talking about the customization of Tarkov. Like that would be how you would do loadouts and shit like that. But I don't like progression for that.
Why is that?
Because if it's gonna be taken seriously as a 5v5 competitive game, I think just having your arsenal from the start makes sense.
No, I agree with that, and I'm sure there's going to be a competitive game mode where it's going to be like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're thinking then like casuals.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
it says various PvP and PvE modes, right? So there's going to be multiple modes in there, and one of them's going to be a mode for unlocking all this fucking gear and shit like that, right? But one thing I want to talk about here is at the very beginning, well, not the very beginning, because there's a little snippet at the beginning and it says Tarkov Arena, but the announcer over the arena says, "Good day, gentlemen, and welcome to the arena, where everyone can make a living or die."
So I wonder if your progression is through. Oh, you know what your unlocks are going to be? You gain money and then you spend money on the unlocks. Would be my guess. Because
You think so?
yes, because
I
I
don't
don't.
like that either. I don't.
But maybe not for competitive. I think competitive will be, if they're smart, it's going to be something like Counter-Strike, where you get money per round.
That's what I would want.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but for like casual, for like non-competitive, you go into. This is what I'm hoping. I don't. Obviously, none of us know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Right.
But this is what I'm hoping for, is that non-competitive, we get our. You can just fucking make a loadout and just go frag out for a little bit. That would be fine with me. Just make it deathmatch. Just go shoot some people in the head. That would be fine. But
Right.
I hope for competitive, you do have that
Full structure.
full structure.
Yeah.
You have to. Maybe they have objectives. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just not team deathmatch. But I would like a system where if one person dies, they stay dead till the end of the round. But who knows what they have in mind? But that's what I would like. Money system and round based
That's what I would.
elimination.
So what's because I don't actually follow COD competitive. What is COD competitive like?
So what they do is they go on if this is from the very little I know about it. They go on a rotation of like team deathmatch, S&D, domination, and one more game mode, and they kind of rotate it, and then they ban maps depending on whatever game mode they're playing. So
Right.
So it's like
I
kind of like
believe-
Halo.
yes,
But what I'm more concerned of is it's not like CS:GO where you get guns in
No,
game.
no,
You get
you
to
have-
choose what fucking loadout you have
yes.
beforehand, right? And
Yep.
you choose, like you said, there's like this kind of point system that you can choose for guns and on armor or ammo and
Yes.
attachments and all that kind of shit.
That's
Right?
Usually-
like the balancing behind it.
Yeah.
That's the balancing behind it, right? So what if Tarkov did something very similar, but instead of points, used a money allocation?
That would
right?
actually
So
be good.
in competitive, you can use any fucking gun you want in Tarkov. You can use any attachment along with that, with those guns and all that kind of shit. But they're all attached with a dollar amount. And when you go into competitive, you get to spend X dollars on your kit.
Yeah, that I mean that's basically the same thing. As long as everybody has the same amount they can spend, or maybe I
What
think
if
that
it was tied into the prices on the flea market?
that would
That
be
would be
stupid.
fucking hilarious.
That would be so stupid.
be
If
so
Nikita does that,
funny.
I hate you, Nikita. I already hate you, Nikita.
That would
but
be
if you
so
do that, I'll
funny.
hate you more.
They should do that.
So
But I think that's
So there's all that, right? And that's cool. I think that's cool. If they do something like that, that's cool to me, right? And they can even tie the unlocks in for competitive into the casual, because I think like old school COD. I haven't played COD since like Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 1, really. Black Ops 2 a little bit, but where you didn't get to use any. Well, no, competitive you always got to use whatever the fuck you wanted, right? It was casuals that you started unlocking guns and then
competitive
attachments
COD.
and skins. Yeah,
We didn't have competitive COD.
There,
really,
there was ranked
because-
play, but
there was ranked play. I just
But-
don't remember playing
but
it.
It wasn't any
I remember always playing the thing where you had to
it
unlock
was
shit.
it was the same thing for competitive, as much as I know. I never got to play competitive COD because I didn't care when I was 12, and then when I started playing it again with Black Ops 3 or whatever Black Ops 4 or whatever one had the battle royale.
Mhm.
They didn't have it for PC because Sony
Oh,
had
PlayStation.
Sony had them
Sony
up the
had the-
fucking rear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So anyway, so maybe there's still a bit of that for this unlock, progression where you have to play the casuals to unlock the gear you're looking for, or whatever the case is. I don't know. So there's going to be some kind of progression thing there and all that kind of shit. But this is the thing that gets me, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around how they're going to do this. It says unique features for owners of the main Escape from Tarkov game, like the ability to play as your main profile character.
Probably just the skins that you bought in Tarkov, the jacket,
Or PvE.
or PvE. You have a loadout that you want to try out, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because there's been talks in like all the podcasts in the past when Arena's been brought up, that they've talked about the ability to loot down bodies in Arena, but it's something that you may not want to do. So I don't know how that all works and is going to work out, but hopefully we're going to get some fucking answers this week about how Arena is going to work and all this. The one thing
because it's coming in a couple months, right? Like 6 months, basically.
Yeah, no, like 3.
Oh, really? I thought it was.
Yeah,
wow.
The prevailing thought right now is August.
Like end of summer.
But that's not autumn.
It is end of August, beginning of September is.
Oh, okay, yeah. I always see August as the middle of fucking summer because of double days.
Because of football shit.
Yeah. And I'm sweating my ass off in 110-degree weather. I'm like, oh fuck. But,
yeah. So hopefully we'll hear something new about all of that. Coming down the pipe. But the other thing that I didn't notice the first time I watched the video, and I'm wondering if either of you guys noticed, is they actually showed 2 maps.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that. At first, I only thought it was one.
The terminal from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, no, one of them is in a mall,
and
the other one is in
I just thought that was the airport
terminal. No, the more I looked at it and watching some other videos, they're 2 completely separate locations.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have. If they were smart, they would have up to 3 or 4 maps. When they first release
would
it.
be a great fucking map. Do Idea.
Well, that's kind
of
just Idea really cool. Itself.
Yeah, well, Idea's fucking bigger than most of the maps in any other smaller first-person shooter. So Idea would be so rad.
Yeah, but they would need like elevation change and shit too. In my opinion, for a small map like that, you need multiple layers to make it feel fluid.
Well, and you saw on that video how they had a lot of that, like the airplane in the middle and that one map, and then it looked like there were some makeshift bunkers and shit in the middle of the mall map.
Yeah.
To give some of that.
But they weren't the exact same as the Tarkov. No. So they could do Idea, and they could stack, I don't know, couches on each other to make a fort.
They might have to do Idea, but in a different shopping mall. Because, you can't use Interchange as shopping mall because how are they going to explain that in lore? Because obviously they care enough about that, the lore aspect. So, I don't know.
Don't know.
Is Arena even canon? Like, is any of that even canon?
Apparently, yes. It is,
yeah.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. And if you've gone through and read all the books and shit, they talk about all this stuff in the Tarkov books.
The books are honestly pretty crazy. It's apparently it's pretty hard because they translated it all from Russian to English. So a lot of it is kind of hard to read, but apparently, dude, there's some crazy lore. Like we already knew. I already knew because I watched a lot of the lore videos on Tarkov that the cultists worship a bomb basically, and a lot of people think it's a bomb that Terra Group was making or was making. They're not anymore, obviously, because the Terra Group was working on atomic bombs. That's why the Bear had to get involved. That's why the Russian government had to get involved, but they had to. I think I could be messing this up a little bit, but I think they didn't want to get involved directly, so they hired the Bear Group, the private contractors to come and do it for them. And then shit got weird, and then that's how Tarkov became the way it is now. Because Terra Group hired the PMCs,
The USEX,
the
yeah.
USEX, excuse me, which yeah, it's a crazy story. The USEX started because the main guy that was making it had a trucking company, right? And his trucking company kept on getting robbed on the middle of the road, so he made his own private
Private military company. Yeah.
company to protect his own trucks. And then he kept on getting hired because they were such he only hired ex-military, blah blah blah.
Right.
They were doing so well that it's actually a really interesting story if you watch a few videos on it, and I would love to read the books. I don't even know if you can buy them anymore, but
I don't know that you can either. If you can, it's on their website.
yeah.
And at one point, you could buy them with the copy of the game, but I don't know if that's still the case or not. But
I'm sure.
But yeah,
they've been turned into ebooks, and you can
probably. Yeah.
just download
But yeah,
the PDF.
But yeah, apparently the lore is crazy, and like one of the books is talking about how one of the guys from Terra Group couldn't leave because the territory got shut down, and he wasn't in time for the. So it's talking about him killing his first person that he ever had to kill, and like becoming a badass basically because, well, he's still a
got
pussy.
stuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still a pussy, but he's like trying to become a badass and all these local gangs. It's pretty cool shit,
It's Walter
honestly.
White.
Yeah. Like he has to harden up.
Have either of you guys watched the Raid series that they
No.
made?
No.
I watched the first two videos.
I
Very
watched
well
the
made.
first two. I watched the first two as well. And I haven't finished it. I need to finish it now because I'm looking at it because I pulled up the Arena announcement trailer. There's actually the raid thing right next to it, but that's a whole other thing that goes into the whole lore shit, right? They built a whole live action movie. It's an hour and 5 minutes total. That's very well done and multiple um, um, like actual special op guys have watched these videos and said, "Fuck, these guys did a very good job with this." With the action, the actual military action that's in this fucking movie is very well done. So I need to sit down and finish watching that, because like I said, I only watched the first two episodes, but now they're all stitched together into one full hour and 5
Oh, are
minutes.
they?
Yeah,
I need to watch it.
it's on their website. So, but yeah, there's a lot of lore backing all of this shit in this game, which is just nuts.
I honestly didn't know.
You think?
You did?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, dude.
I just thought it was an
Tarkov.
excuse to shoot people.
It is. It's a great excuse to shoot people. But Tarkov isn't even the biggest game they're planning on making. They're planning on making basically a Tarkov MMORPG. Basically, they're planning on making.
What is that called? Russia 2042 or something?
Yeah, it's Russia
Maybe they
2042.
should finish their fucking game first.
Oh, they are. I don't know if they've been working on it, but that's the plan.
So let's actually, that's a great fucking segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about, and that's the fucking backlash this video got. Right? There was a lot of people that were like, "Fuck yeah, that's cool as shit," right? I can't wait. Da 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 da. But there was a lot of backlash too that came along with it for something exactly like what Cameron just said. Why don't you finish your fucking game first before you start putting out chargeable DLC?
Yeah.
Well, they already said that they were gonna do this. I mean, it's not a fucking surprise.
Right. That's the argument that rational people had, but there's been a lot of fucking, what's his fucking name? Have you watched any of Big Fry's stuff? Oh, there's a guy called Big Fry TV that basically just, that's his MO in YouTube, is just shitting on
one of those
a lot of developers, right? And rightly so for a lot of them.
Yeah.
And even to Tarkov's extent, and he's a little more a little less bullish on Tarkov than some of the other ones, but even on Tarkov's extent, he's like, no, this is still, if it comes out and it's good, I'm playing the shit out of it, whatever. But there is something to be said for releasing paid DLC before the main game's done, and I can see that argument.
But
I can see that argument.
But it's not DLC. It's a standalone fucking game.
No, but they're calling it paid DLC because EOD members get it free.
That's fine.
And EOD gets all the DLC for free.
Okay,
You
but
could
obviously
call it a standalone expansion.
it is a standalone. It's literally gonna be. It's gonna be in the client.
Okay, but hold on. It's a standalone expansion to what?
To
Nothing's
Tarkov.
been released yet. Nothing's
Okay.
been released yet.
But
So
okay,
why are you already building expansions and releasing expansions, paid expansions, to a game that isn't even released yet?
no. Here's
I'm
the thing.
I'm being devil's advocate here.
I
You
understand.
know what I mean?
I understand, but here's the
'Cause
thing.
I'm the biggest
If you-
fucking Tarkov shill there is.
You're a bitch. But here, Tarkov, you can buy Tarkov, or you don't have to pay and get Tarkov. You can just buy Arena.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm not wrong
absolutely.
about that.
No, absolutely.
It's not a
You
fucking
just buy
DLC.
Arena.
It's not a DLC then. Because DLC would be you need the fucking game first, and then you pay for the DLC.
Well, DLC
right?
just stands for downloadable content.
Downloadable content.
So,
Right.
So
Tarkov
yes, you
is
need.
DLC. It doesn't saying
Yeah,
DLC doesn't mean anything. Add-on is a more
Yes,
accurate.
Expansion,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
exactly. But you don't need the base game to play Arena. So that in my mind, when I think of DLC, I think of things like Fallout 4, or whatever. I don't even know if they did DLC. Did they?
Yeah, they did a shit ton
Oh
of
yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I haven't played any of it, but
Yeah.
it's-
Fallout
it's-
3 is
it's
Point
the-
Lookout. Or Fallout,
Fallout
New
3 is
Vegas
yes.
Mothership Zeta.
Yeah, that's what I think about with
Or
DLC.
Fallout 3s. That was Fallout 3, wasn't it?
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it
But
was.
those are all single player games.
Okay.
DLCs. I'm just saying those are single player game DLCs. Those expand the storyline.
Okay, multiplayer DLCs is. I'm thinking fighting games is just different characters, so you need the
Or
fucking
maps. Yeah.
or
you
maps.
see
So
some
you
map
still
DLCs like that.
need the base game to be able to use that other content that you're buying, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
Arena is not a DLC in
No,
my mind.
The problem is I agree with a lot of what you're saying. What they've got is they've got two Battle State Games now has
Now
two
it's
games.
two games.
Now they can call
Just
them
like Riot Games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now they're
Yeah.
following Riot Games'
Yeah.
footsteps, right? So, and I think it would have been, I think it for some reason people are getting hung up in the DLC name thing of this, right? And if they would have just came out and said, "Hey, we're doing Arena, and it's another game that you can do," and from what I understand, they've got a whole other like development department that's building Arena. It's not even taking away from
Why are people
EFT. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just saying there was a big backlash about this because of how long fucking EFT has taken to make.
Okay.
And now they're going to release another game without the EFT being finished yet.
And here's another thing.
People like to bitch. People
Yes.
just like to bitch
Well,
about stuff.
I don't disagree with a lot of people on that because it's
I
so
agree.
heavily tied to Tarkov.
Yeah. No, I
It's-
get that.
And there's obviously there's integrity on delivering promises as far as what you've promised for your unfinished game. Should you be allocating resources, money, time, people to a different project completely than the game that you've already made a shit ton of promises with? Or
No, I get
Okay.
that.
Okay, but let's take this and expand that same thought process.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Well, hold on. Do we give Microsoft shit for not finishing or delivering on X game while Y game is coming out?
No.
Or is that just, because why haven't you fucking released Forza yet? It's been this long in development, but you're releasing fucking Halo Infinite.
Well, those are two different
you know what-
development teams, two different
development teams.
but two different
Right, and I just
companies
said that.
completely.
I just said that. No, they're still all under Microsoft.
Yeah, but they're not in the same building. They're not even the same side of the country. And in fact, Turn 10, I
At this
think.
point, who cares anymore? That's what I'm saying. They're all under Microsoft. So that's what I'm saying. From what I gather,
But they
right,
didn't release
at Battle
Forza
State
Early
Games-
Access, and they didn't promise that it would have all these things, and that was their main focus. And then Turn 10 goes and makes fucking Forza Horizon 6 right in the middle of it. You're comparing apples to oranges.
I don't think so. But because you're making that delineation between company and dev studio, right? Because
Yeah.
you're saying Turn 10 and fucking and 343 are different entities, but they're all under Microsoft. And what I'm trying to say is it's not that different here in Battle State. It's just they don't have Turn 10 and 343 here. They've got the EFT guys that are all working on EFT, and they've got Arena guys that are all working on Arena.
Yeah, but
They're not delineated by names, but who gives a shit? It's the same thing. These
but
guys that are working on Arena aren't working on EFT.
but Turn 10 never made any promises to release Forza. There was no expectations behind that. They just announced it. That's it. EFT has a bunch of shit. When you buy EFT, you're not just buying the game, you're funding it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Because it's an independent studio, because they're not being backed by a massive company, Microsoft has fuck you money. Microsoft has more money than any company in the world. They're not
bound to people.
No, when you buy Forza, you're not funding the project. You're reimbursing them for the money they borrowed from Microsoft. Yes.
Right.
It's completely different.
Can I say something now?
No.
Oh my god. Is it okay if I talk?
Yeah.
I honestly kind of forgot what I was gonna say, but that's okay. I think what I was gonna say is I think why they made Arena free for EOD is because honestly, we paid I paid a shitload of money for EOD, right? And all I get is 5 extra slots in my asshole, which is good. I'm not complaining about it, but and a few extra things at the beginning of the wipe and a little bit more stash space for an extra $100, you know. So I think it's a little bit of
80 bucks, but yeah.
Well, whatever it was. It's maybe a little bit of a thanks for saying, hey, thank you. You get this extra. Even though they've said that they were going to do that before, maybe they weren't even planning on making Arena free for EOD or whatever they were planning. It still feels good for the guys who've paid for EOD and trusted in the company early and then bought it and get this for free, right? So
absolutely.
EOD is exactly what I'm talking about, where they don't have investors. The people are the investors.
Exactly.
So people have the right to be upset. If you paid for EOD, you paid for them, you paid for wages, you paid for... You're basically investing in a complete product, but one you don't have yet, and then they start allocating funds that you used to source their project on something else. I think you could justifiably be upset.
But if you bought EOD, you knew Arena was coming out. You knew you were going to put funds into that, even if it was during the early access or whatever it is. So you knew you were putting your funds into Battle State's hands, and you knew that they were going to do what they want with that. Arena was a part of that, no matter what, because they've been talking about Arena since Tarkov has started. They've been talking about doing this since Tarkov has started. So it's not, unless you're newer or don't know much about the company, it's not a new fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's been said for a long time.
If it's been said in relation to Tarkov, like that was a roadmap, that was a goal on the roadmap for Tarkov, why is it a separate game?
Because they say they were going to do that too, or I
don't know. That's been kind of nebulous, right? There's never been anything really knocked down about that. There's been a lot of people implying, that they said this and they said this, but they've never really said exactly what it's going to be. So that's still kind of up in the air. But anyway, we're kind of getting into the weeds on this because I want to talk about the other thing that other people are stressed out about with Arena, and it's something that I think is relevant, and all three of us can talk on this very poignantly because it hits it's a concern that we actually went through in another game, okay, and that is, will Arena kill EFT? And what I'm talking about specifically is that all three of us went through and we all played it was Just Survive.
Yeah.
H1Z1 Just Survive.
I
Because remember when we played Just Survive a bunch.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun playing Just Survive back in the day, right? With the guys and Bubba and all those guys, right?
Yeah.
Doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
I still remember we were the drug dealers.
Oh, that's
of
right.
The server there for a little while
Oh,
because we were crafting whatever it was.
God, I can't
And
remember the name of
remember-
it. It was basically the meth of, and dude, that's
server.
right.
Anyway,
I remember
so-
picking up a fucking landmine and trying to drop it to one of Bubba. I think it was. Oh, I can't remember who it was, but one of Bubba's friends, and I just fucking blew up everybody
No, that's right.
because
Car.
I didn't realize we got cars, which was really hard in the beginning of H1Z1 because they only spawned when the server first started up. So if you didn't get your hands on one of those right away, you did not find one.
Got a lot.
I remember
Yeah.
H1Z1 had a bunch of quirks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
weird shit. Yeah.
I blew up 2 of the cars that we got because we got a care package and it had landmines and they wanted the landmines, and if you went into your inventory and dropped it, it placed them fucking down for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that
right
was-
underneath the car
and we
blew up immediately. We all blew
up
up.
everybody.
I remember
We
that.
all had guns and shit, and that was hard then.
But anyway, so we're playing this fun game, right? And they build a new game mode. Again, a non-completed game, right? H1Z1 Just Survive was still in early access,
It was just
non-completed
called
game.
H1Z1 back then. It wasn't
Yeah,
called
it was.
Just Survive.
It was. That's right. You're absolutely right. And then they added this game mode called Battleground or Battle Royale, right?
Yeah.
If I remember, it was just a game mode that you could choose and play Battle Royale, and that
You
got
actually-
so
Yeah, they were under the same client.
In the
Yep.
do you guys remember this? In the beginning, you would have to get tickets in game
Yes.
In game.
to be able to
Yes.
play
Yeah.
the
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. I do remember that.
that
Yeah.
was a bitch too. Because
Yeah,
all
it
I ever
was.
wanted to play was the Battle Royale. So I was like,
Along with everybody, and that's what happened, right? Their whole force went over to play to work on the Battle Royale side of it, and the Just Survive just fell by the wayside, and eventually they just shit it entirely. You know, to a point where they split the two. Even in Steam, I still have the 2 different things in Steam of H1Z1 Just Survive and H1Z1 Battle Royale.
King of the Kill.
And
King
then
of the
they
Kill,
changed it to King of the Kill after that,
Yeah.
right? And then they went back to something else, just H1Z1 if I remember right. But anyway, so they even split those 2 things out and then moved all their dev stuff over to that one because that's what was making them all their money.
here's the difference.
There
is a
massive difference.
Okay,
Huge.
first off,
This is why I wanted to bring this up because I think it's fascinating because we went through it with this game.
yeah, here's the
Right.
difference. Tarkov, right? When Just Survive was out, there was a million different games like it. Is there not? Was there not? There wasn't
Not a million. That's
No,
what
there
made it.
There was a
was.
shit ton.
There were so many.
There was Epoch.
Right.
There was DayZ. There was
It was
Gun
basically
Z,
DayZ standalone
was-
just came out.
yeah,
That
but
was the thing, and it was garbage, and there was people starving for a DayZ style game that wasn't standalone. Standalone sucks so bad.
but not really because there was a shit ton of games. There was a lot.
There, yeah. Epoch.
So-
There was the Arma 2 mod. There was the Arma 3 mod. There was
Right, there was a bunch of mods,
Epoch.
and there was DayZ standalone.
There was Gun Z. There was War Z, or not Gun Z. There was War Z. There was
Warzy.
there
There
was-
was Warzy. I forgot about that one.
Miscreated. There was
No, Miscreated was way after.
Miscreated
It's
came
been
out
out for years. dude.
2015, 2014.
Yeah, that game's old as fuck. But yeah, there's a million games. There was a million games or a million different options for that.
It was
type
a
of game.
booming genre.
There was
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
and
yeah.
then the other problem was battle royales were exploding, and there was not a lot of them out there. There was only the mod for Arma,
Mhm.
and
When did it go into early access?
and H1Z1 were the only 2 I could think of, because PlayerUnknown came from the Arma mod to help H1Z1. So
Yeah.
it was the first. It was the start of the battle royale trend.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So that's the biggest reason,
Eh,
I think.
The biggest reason is that survival games had been around for a while, and battle royale became the biggest genre that
Oh.
the games industry had seen in forever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Since
it blew up
since
like
MOBAs,
crazy.
battle royale was
Yeah.
the genre.
That's a good example. Yeah, since MOBAs. Yeah.
So that's the difference. Tarkov, there's still nothing like it, and really right now there really isn't anything like it coming out. Oh, there is one thing coming out soon actually is the Cycle Frontier. Yeah, which I'm actually kind of excited
Which
about.
started as a
Yeah,
battle royale, didn't it?
It did.
It
It
did.
started.
Turned into a
It started.
Tarkov like.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it did.
Which is kind of weird. They're just following trends, but whatever.
High Res Studio does it.
well,
Why
I think-
can't they do it? Wait,
Yeah,
is
I-
that
I
High
think-
Res that it might actually be?
It's not. It's not high res.
Okay.
It's a different studio.
But
I think it was smart on their part because they were playing into a saturated market. And
Yeah,
they're like,
100%.
well, we're not going to catch any traction here. We need to do something different.
and they pivoted in the right direction, in my personal opinion, and they did a great job for beginner people in a game.
We'll see.
A full loot for right now. From
Yeah,
what
we'll
I've
see
played,
what it is.
they've done a
Yeah.
great job into a full loot PvP instance-based game.
Well, and there's this whole rumor or thing about the next division that's supposed to be.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah,
That's supposed to be.
You heard
like
that on this
Tarkov,
podcast
too.
when Dad brought it
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
That's when you heard that.
that's when I heard that.
Exactly.
That's when I heard that.
I haven't heard anything more about it. Maybe we'll get something in Ubisoft's press conferences. Did they have a press conference this week?
I'm sure
Is it
they
this weekend?
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're not doing one?
They'll probably just show up on PC Game Fest. Is my assumption.
But
Okay.
the other thing I wanted to talk about is that it's turning into a market where there's already a lot of games like it. So I see a lot of people in the beginning jumping off of Tarkov and playing Arena for a while, for maybe a couple months, especially if it doesn't wipe. Or if it's in the middle of a wipe or towards the end or whatever the fuck happens with the wipe. It's probably going to be in the middle because I'm assuming they're wiping soon. I don't know that for sure. Nobody does, but I think it's going to be hot stuff for a little bit. But I don't think it's going to take over Tarkov. Tarkov's too unique, too hardcore.
The schedule I'm looking at doesn't have any Ubisoft shit listed.
Doesn't have any Ubisoft stuff on it. Yeah, I don't see anything about them having a conference at all.
But I don't see them taking. I don't see them.
Okay, so then the next concern is what other games have been worried about is splitting the player base.
It will do that a little bit, but I also think
It absolutely will.
it 100% will. But I don't know if it's going to be
split
enough.
me because I don't even play fucking Tarkov, but I'll play Arena 100%.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is I might play more Arena than normal.
Hold on, you're the example that I want to talk about.
Exactly.
How many people are going to see? Because fucking damn good and well when Arena comes out, Shroud, Summit,
Yeah.
and Doc and Tim and fucking all these huge streamers are going to play the shit out of it. Right away, they're going to jump on it, right?
Yeah.
And so you're going to see, and especially I want to talk about streamers like Tim, right? Tim the Tatman, who have played Tarkov, but only a couple of times, right? A few hours. He's got a huge group of people that watch him routinely play, the Fortnite and whatever else, the
That was so
Modern
boomer.
Warfare one. It was a little boomer.
The Fortnite.
The Fortnites.
The Fortnite's in the League of Legends.
Speaking of which, another one that did this,
in the World of
right?
Warcraft.
Yeah. And
that did the same thing.
And it split the player base.
What do you mean it didn't split? It killed the fucking old game. The game it was based
There
off
was
of.
no player base. No one was
No.
excited for
It destroyed that game.
for Save the World.
Yeah, wait, no, it was in the same situation that H1Z1 was in. More like the cycle.
Yeah.
It went into a market
It was
that
more like the
it went into
Dead
a
on
market that
arrival.
nobody was playing. So it was like, fuck it, we have to pivot, and they pivoted, and they did it in the right direction because they've made billions.
Yeah, they went crazy. But anyway, so guys like Tim that don't normally play Tarkov, right? Or that will start playing way more Tarkov because it's this arena mode. And all of his viewers are going to watch it and say, "Oh, I should play that." And then, well, shit, maybe I should try this other game, this other aspect of this of Escape from Tarkov,
100%.
right? And start playing the normal game too.
I
So I think it might bring in. I might be another fucking gigantic boom for normal Escape from Tarkov, just like Drops was.
and here's the thing, it's gonna be
good.
If it's good, it's gonna be a boom. But the nice thing about it is it's gonna be a delayed boom because they're gonna be playing arena, and then you're gonna have this group of guys that right here that are like, okay, arena's fun, but I need a little bit more in it, so they go to Tarkov.
Meat and potatoes,
and then this group of guys that have been playing it for arena for a little bit longer, they're like, okay, played a lot of this game, let me try something else that's in the same realm. Go to Tarkov. So you're not gonna have everybody right here jumping into Tarkov where the servers fucking shit themselves and all of that.
Right,
you're gonna have this delayed. This group of people, this group of people, this group of people, and then this.
Well, and then conversely, you're gonna have the people that play EFT, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna go play Arena," and then jump into Arena for a month or two, like what I would be doing right now.
Yeah.
Like literally, I would be, because I'm fucking bored to death of everything. Right? I actually opened Tarkov back up and started playing Tarkov again this weekend. Because I just can't. There's nothing else out there that I want to play right now.
You should play Albion.
I had no fucking desire to play Albion.
That's fun, man.
No, not at all.
It's full loop.
Play Realm of the Mad God. Play a real MMO.
No desire to play any of that shit, man. Like at all. So I've been in a glut anyway. So I would be playing the shit out of Arena right now. Yeah, a lot of people are in the same boat. You would be playing the shit out of Arena right now. And then you'd probably get frustrated as you climb the ladder. And it's like, all right, I'll go play fucking regular EFT for a little bit and cleanse the palate.
But I'm completely different, I think. I think I will probably, when Arena comes out, I probably won't play EFT, not ever, but incredibly rarely. I'll probably just play Arena.
Well, see, there's going to be people like you, and that makes sense. There's going to be
I think there's going to be a lot of people. Just like there's want to jump in and use the mechanics.
And play with guns. You don't have to worry about climbing, getting trader rep, and climbing and doing fucking quests over and over and over again. The same goddamn quests you've done 1,000 times before.
And also, no fear of losing your gun. Because
exactly.
Well, we don't know how it works technically, but
yeah,
if it's a round-based thing, you just buy your gun again, and you'll get to use the gun.
There is talk that you will lose shit when you if and when you die in Arena.
Then what's the point of Arena?
Yeah, I don't see
I don't know.
Point.
I don't know. Because that's the other thing they're talking about with the money thing. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions about how it's all going to work.
I don't see them making a different type. Well, if they
that's
just
do
small
Tarkov.
Yeah, if they just do a small Tarkov,
it's Necromunda compared to 40K.
40K. Yeah. No, they're not. I
don't think they would do that.
I don't know. There's a lot of rumors rushing around out there, and like all the big videographer guys, of EFT, like Jesse and those guys and One Peg have all gone back and started scouring through all the different podcasts that Nikita's been on and talked and has said any little fucking morsel about Arena and have tried to patch it all together, and it's like, dude, you can't go on any of that stuff because who knows what's changed since then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that there's actually something here, so we're just gonna have to wait until it's out and see what it actually is. I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck for it.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it will be fun. I think if they, yeah, I think if they do even a fraction of what we were thinking, it's gonna be a blast. As long as it's not Tarkov Mini, I don't care.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. It needs to be super accessible and easy to play.
I agree.
Easy to get in and start doing shit and be competitive
and just shooting people. It's really the biggest thing.
My biggest concern is netcode, because EFT's netcode, from what I've experienced, is not great.
But from everything that I'm hearing is this game has been built from the ground up differently. The only thing they're sharing between the two games is all of the assets and as well as all of the animations and all that kind of shit. The whole net code and all of that is supposed to be completely different.
I hope so.
Oh, let's hope.
Better be better than the fucking.
And if that's the
12-tick
case,
servers
if that
Tarkov runs on.
well, they've again, like I was talking about with all the guys going through combing shit. Nikita has stated that they want to have 120 tick servers for Arena.
That would be fucking crazy. If they could do that, if they could manage that, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
Because it really seems like the backbone of Tarkov just isn't great for anything.
No, I agree. So we'll see. We'll see how that all works out. But what I think is kind of cool is hopefully if that's the case, right? These guys built all this team, other team built all this backbone from scratch, used all the Tarkov assets and everything, and built this game. Maybe there can be some other direction too, right? Where some of the stuff they built can go back the other way. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully you get that back and forth between these two things.
All right. Cam, you wanted to talk about Street Fighter, but what are we looking at time?
We're at an hour and 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about Street Fighter real quick. Let's do it.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6 looks dope.
Yes.
And I'm very excited.
It looks like they've mashed three of the Street Fighters together and made this perfect baby with all 3 Street Fighters.
It looks so good.
Doesn't it? And the artwork is so beautiful. What?
Your dad just has a hate boner for Street Fighter.
I don't have a hate boner for Street Fighter.
You have a hate boner for Street Fighter players.
Well, yeah, they're a bunch of dumbasses. No, I don't like the fact that they added this whole bullshit, weird, fucking like game into it.
You mean the single player mode?
Yeah, the whole single player mode, like 2D platform fighter looking thing
It's 3D.
that I saw in the game. Even worse. Why spend all that time and effort and money on something that nobody gives a fuck about?
That is where you're wrong.
Here's my counter to that.
Nobody gives a fuck about it.
You think
Street Fighter is about the competitive play, period.
You think that Street Fighter 5 failed, kind of failed at launch because it had 0 single player content. There was nothing.
Okay, no. Single player content, having, your ladders, and a story to go with the ladders like fucking Skullgirls has, which I've played and fucking loved. That's one thing. This weird glammed on stupid platform thing they have going on is just wasted time for a fucking fighting game, in my opinion.
And here's my other counter. Have you seen how bad it looks graphically and like how much detail is in that? It looks like shit. It looks horrible.
If you're gonna do it right, for God's sake.
If you're gonna do it, focus on gameplay first. Focus on the 2D fighting mechanics first. That shit looks great, and the graphics in the fighting looks fucking great. The 3D open world shit looks like a PS2 game.
But that's okay.
Which is the way they should have approached it. Because they needed to, Dad. Capcom is sinking ship as far as fighting games go. They're relying on Monster Hunter and Resident Evil to keep them afloat. They need a big hit with Street Fighter 6, and single-player content's the way to do that. There's a reason Mortal Kombat sells in fucking droves. The reason Mortal Kombat 11 has sold like fucking 10 million copies.
Mortal Kombat 11 have a shitty fucking 3D Realm old school PS2 game attached to it for their single player aspect?
No. They have a shitty
why does
story.
Street Fighter need to?
Here's the thing.
That's fine. But wrap it into the actual game, not glom on some other bullshit.
Because people like the lore behind Street Fighter and Final Fight.
That's not true.
No, but you know what I mean. But
that's not true.
You gonna go around in the world and see different places. Let's like in the trailer, you can see Abigail's scrap yard.
I did in Street Fighter 2. I did back in Street Fighter 2 on PlayStation 1.
I
Or whatever it
know.
was that I played. And there was a fucking globe and you went there and, oh, hey, we're fighting in fucking
That's just the arcade
Guile's
ladder.
backyard. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
But
exactly.
listen,
and they had a little fucking
what do you thinking this 3D
video
mode
that would
is?
play beforehand, and it's a waste of time. That's what it is.
What do you think it plays like? What do you think it does? What do you?
Who knows? Why is it there? That's what I'm saying. Why is it there?
It's there to give single player people content. That's why it's there, to bring single player people into the game. Bring casuals. You're not fighting anybody in that 3D space. It's not like a brawler like Final Fight. It's an excuse. It's basically like any fighting game story mode. It's an excuse to fight everybody on the roster. That's why it's there.
Yes, and the reason
But it's
they did
a
it,
stupid gimmick.
that it is,
It's
but
not.
Gimmick.
You can't call it a gimmick when fighting games have been doing it for 30 years.
They haven't been doing that.
Yes, they have.
They've had
Look at-
ladders or locations, and
Look
you
at-
have to fight every fucking.
No.
Fighting games have been doing the same thing. I did it in fucking Skullgirls. I did
Dad,
it in Street Fighter back in the day. I
have
did
you
it in
played-
Tekken back in the day?
have you played any Arc System Work games? Have
No,
you?
no.
Then you can't say that fighting games have been doing that for years, because Arc System Work games, their lobbies are exactly like that.
Mortal Kombat with the PS2 era games did the same thing.
Yeah, and those are the dark times of Mortal Kombat.
No, they're not. They sold incredibly well. They sold very well.
Here's the thing:
They wouldn't have made 3 of them if they didn't.
They're Street Fighter, Capcom is aiming for 2 audiences at once, and one audience is the casuals, which love the bullshit walking around and looking at people, and one audience is the competitive people, which will never probably touch that or rarely touch it.
I'm a competitive player and I'll touch it. I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll touch it in the beginning, but it's not gonna be your main thing for Street Fighter.
No,
right?
you're not going to spend the majority of your time with that. No.
Exactly. So they're getting the casuals involved with their bullshit PS2 graphics, 3D bullshit. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. And then they're getting the competitive people with the badass graphics and the cool ass graffiti with the big ass hits.
Wouldn't it be better that all that shit's cool? All
Yeah.
the casual people, me, like that kind of shit. So make the game itself cater to casual. The actual game, the thing that the fucking game's about, cater to casual people.
And they are
a
doing
little
that.
bit.
And they are
Right.
doing that.
Show that shit
with
more
simple
than
inputs.
the stupid thing that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with you guys. I think it's fucking dumb. I think it's dumb.
I honestly don't. I don't like it either, Dad. But it's something that
It's necessary.
It is. It's necessary because people that are casuals that have played fighting games before have done the same thing that you're talking about for years. Casual fighter players or fighting game players have done, okay, I'm gonna click on story mode and I'm just gonna fight 5 different, however many different guys for years. They've done that for years. It's something different that you can go into and be like, oh, that's so cool. I have to go to Chun-Li and go to her dojo just to fight her, right?
Yeah, see, I don't.
And
I would rather see some kind of cool in the fucking style of the fighting, the actual fighting part of it, animated like video, that kind of has a story that you follow through.
Okay,
right?
so
As you go through that shit, instead of this half-ass 2D, 3D fucking thing that you wander around in and look at. I don't know. To me, a fighting game's more visual than it is explorative, right? An exploring thing that is what that looks like. Like you said, it looks like fucking old Final Fantasy, right?
it does.
Yeah.
That's not a fighting game to me.
But
visual, I want to see visual. I want to see like the visual shit, of like. I'm just trying to think of some of the older school shit that I remember when you climbed a ladder and like, One of the fun ones I remember, if I remember right, and this is, God help me, but the Dead or Alive 3, the Xbox one, if I remember right, they had all sorts of killer cutscenes as you progress through the ladder. Before and after you fought the person. There were cool ass cutscenes that helped drive the story, that gave you a reason to climb the ladder with all the different fucking characters.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's cool. That's good. That's a reason to play the game to me. This, whatever this is, just I don't know.
And Street Fighter 6 is still going to have
seems
that.
like a shitty gimmick. It seems like a shitty gimmick.
The other thing is it's going to be cool because you get to create your own character, and a lot of people are thinking that you learn moves from different people in Metro City. It's Metro City, right, Cam?
Well, you're going to travel the world.
Yeah, you're going to travel the world.
It's called, like in the Street Fighter Alpha games, it's called the World Tour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but a lot of people think that you're going to make your own character, and then you're going to learn certain moves from certain characters in the game when you go fight them and beat them, and then you're going to learn a move from them. So your character is going to be the one fighting in game. So it's a whole new experience, and it is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and that sounds like really dumb fun to me. And they're speculating that you're going to be able with the lobby system to fight other people's custom characters.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be some like really broken,
but not in ranked, right?
No.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I hope because all that's gonna do is turn into a fucking meta, right? You're gonna have a single meta, and it'll be mirror matches constantly.
It would be like Sagat fucking. Yeah, it would be ridiculous, but yeah. So that's what a lot of people are thinking. Who knows if it's true? We don't know anything about the single player yet, but That's kind of what they're thinking. And then the cool thing about the 3D is that it is world building compared to it's world building, and they're gonna have the cutscenes like in other games, like you were talking about. But the world building is gonna be cool. You're gonna be able to walk around Metro City or walk around wherever and actually see what you've been seeing for years, but in a 3D space. I think that's cool.
I think the whole point of it is to get casual players into it. It's going to act as a kind of tutorial, and it's just going to give you an excuse to fight a bunch of people on the roster. That's the point of a fighting game story mode.
Yeah.
And it's more than anything Street Fighter has done ever, as far as that goes.
True. And maybe that means that Capcom actually gives a fuck. Who knows, though?
Nah, we're still going to have to pay $300 for Chun-Li skins, but...
True.
But it's like it's something at least.
Cammy skins.
Oh, Cammy skins.
We all want Cammy skins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, they leaked the gameplay footage for Cammy. Yeah. And they leaked some Ken shit. He's a school shooter looking motherfucker. His family left him. His wife left him. He just wants to travel the world and be like Ryu.
Yeah. That's why
literally
his wife left him.
Eliza, his wife, literally left and took the kid.
Yeah, and that's why he's so depressed.
That's why he looks like a school shooter.
Yeah, because he lost his wife and kid, and all he wants to do is fight people, and it's crazy shit. And a lot of people think that it's turning into what's the version of Ken? Not evil Ken, Violent Ken.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Violent
that's
Ken,
why.
Please.
Yeah,
I want Violent Ken so bad.
So a lot of people are thinking that this is why this storyline is turning. Yeah. It's gonna turn Ken into Violent Ken. So
I'll pay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll pay fucking $10 for that DLC.
For
Violent Ken DLC.
A quick few things. Multiverses, we got to play it. Me and Cameron.
Oh yeah,
we loved it. It was a blast. A blast. I think we're gonna be climbing hard in that game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a.
In the 2 days we played, we improved a lot.
Yeah,
and
we got to what top? We were at one point we were at top 20,000 in the server for and we only played 2 days, so which is really, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're gonna be playing the shit out of that. You'll probably see a few videos. We're actually gonna start recording actual videos of us playing video games because just the Opatchkast isn't enough content for you guys, obviously, because we only do it 3 times a fucking year. So.
Once every 2 months.
Yeah. So I think that's everything unless you guys want to talk about anything.
Opatchkast is like a period. We come once a month and we're never welcomed.
No. And it stings pretty bad too.
Jesus Christ. Oh, god damn.
I don't know if there's
Um,
anything else I can think of.
Other fighting game shit. Um,
Skullgirls is
I
guess
guess
Skullgirls is
Skullgirls is fun. We played Skullgirls. Cameron and
We're
I
probably
played
gonna play it
Skullgirls
after
after
this.
this.
We're definitely
probably
playing it
gonna play
after
it
this.
after
We're
this,
definitely
yeah.
playing it after this.
Fighting games in general, baby.
When is not E3
Evo?
Evo?
August
It's
4th through the 7th?
isn't
Or
it?
5th?
It's July, isn't it?
No, it's August this year. Let me look. I think it's the 4th through the. It's early August.
So the reason I'm bringing that up is because the game that I want to talk about, I'm hoping to actually show there, and that's Riot's
August
fighting game.
5th through the 7th. Oh yeah,
Seventh,
Project L.
fifth. I think they might.
Well, when they
Which-
first revealed it, it was at Evo.
At Evo. So
Right, and they I
Fingers
was
crossed.
I watched because we started playing a bunch of fighting. Like Cameron and I were doing that. I watched the Maximilian dude, and he was talking, and I watched some Project L because some, being a League player for so long, and all that kind of shit that intrigues me a little bit. Project
Yeah.
L intrigued me a little bit, and he was looking at it and watching the video that they released November of last year, with the Riot video, and they said the two dudes that are the leads of that project said that they were going to have at least 2 more major showings of Project L in 2022. So I'm assuming one of those is going to be Evo, right? It
has to be.
It has to be.
Because like Cameron said, one of the guys that's the lead dev was the guy that started Evo.
Both of them were. They're brothers.
Both of them were. Yeah.
Not only did they start Evo, they created GGPO, which is rollback netcode.
Yeah.
They're
Which
like
is
Yeah.
they're like the two people you would want to be
To make
directors of your fighting game.
Right. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, looking forward to. Because even though I hate fucking League, I still love the characters in that game. And that was one of the funniest videos I watched, was a guy in Maximilian dude that knew fucking nothing about League of Legends roll through the roster and say, "Oh yeah, give me one of those for the fighting game." And oh yeah, nah, I don't want that. That guy looks too fucking edgy. We don't want to play that guy. Oh yeah, let's take one of those guys. It was a fucking hilarious video to watch. So you should watch that.
I'm
Absolutely.
going to, because that sounds awesome. But I think if they do a modern thing like Street Fighter 5 with the control scheme, a modern and a classic.
Oh yeah.
If they do something like that,
God.
that would be really good.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
the
I
way
don't.
to go.
I really don't think they're going to do that. I think they really want to.
I think it's going to be a 4-button fighter.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be a 4-button fighter, and then you'll have. I have my stick here, so I can actually show it. But you'll have your basic inputs there. It looks like I'm wearing nail polish. You'll have basic inputs with these, and then you'll have this button, which will be like your special. You hold it in a direction, you'll get forward will be DP, or back will be Tatsu, whatever, like they're doing in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and then you'll probably have a dash button, because every new fighter nowadays has a dash button.
Well, I mean,
every anime fighter.
Yeah. Well, with most games, it's both punches.
Yes, but like games like Strive, it wasn't that way. It was a button.
Really? Well,
Yep.
Strive's a 5-button fighter, isn't it?
Yes.
Fucking
Sorta.
anime fighters are weird. I don't like them.
It was
Okay, so anyway,
that's but yeah.
That's the one. That's the one I'm looking forward to. More information about. In the meantime, I'm gonna play fucking Skullgirls because I'm not gonna buy into this bullshit Street Fighter hype and all the other crap.
Come on, man. Join the train. Join
And
the
then
hype train.
The last thing I want to leave everybody on, and literally anybody who's watching us or whatever, you need to go out and watch the Veritas video on Trackmania that he just put out last week.
That game's awesome.
And it's not on his main channel. It's on Satire V, his secondary channel. But he did a whole
Veritas backwards.
It is Veritas backwards.
Okay.
He did a whole, and it's an hour long, and it's specifically about full speed running. So full speed tracks where you just hold W and fucking and go on these tracks and have to hit everything perfect. And I watched it today, and I've never played Trackmania a stitch in my life, and I'm like, fuck, this is cool. This was a
Yeah, Trackmania is
really
so
well
sick.
done video, and it was super cool to watch, and it got me super interested in fucking Trackmania.
Yeah, I think Veritas does a great job for all the flack that he gets. Whatever, he's
His video essays are phenomenal.
some of
They're
the best.
very well done, and he had a bunch of the like world record guys on to talk about things
Mhm.
and all the tech that's in
Trackmania,
in
yeah.
Trackmania and how to get it and how it's been evolving over the years and shit. It
Yep.
was a fucking cool ass video to watch.
Yeah.
So I urge everybody to watch it, even if you don't know shit about Trackmania. It was fucking cool. It was cool to watch. So go watch that video.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We really do appreciate it. Leave comments. We do read the 4 or 5 we get every single time. I haven't last time because I'm a piece of shit. Whatever.
Kind of bumping those numbers up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
4 or 5? Shit.
Was it 4 or 5 last time?
2 or 3.
Well, I was trying to make us look a little bit better than we are. Like the video, share it to whoever plays Tarkov or likes video games.
Exactly.
We really do appreciate it. If you want to leave shitty comments, we totally understand. We're all pieces of shit. We get it. If you want to leave some cool comments, constructive criticism, anything you guys got, we appreciate it. Honestly, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time, whenever it may be.
Peace.